Welcome to Wealth Coffee Chats, folks, for your daily live updates. Get the most out of today's episode by participating in the chat. Make sure you ask some questions, be part of the conversation, have a bit of fun, grab a coffee or a tea, take some notes, and get ready to start your day, folks. Quick few housekeeping rules, though. No spamming, no advertising or self-promotion in the chat. That's not on. Be kind and respectful to everyone when participating. And most of all, have a good time. Real estate investing can be your biggest asset. It also can be your most expensive asset when it comes to getting it right or getting it wrong, folks. It can be time-consuming, stressful, and that's why here at Positive, we have what's called a 6-star team, a full-service team that provides integrated wealth and property investing solutions and services simply designed to help you progress towards your goal of passive income through your property portfolio, folks. Make sure you check out our other podcasts on the Positive Mentor Network. Not only is there Wealth Coffee Chats, there's the Urban Property Investor. Drops every Wednesday with straight talking investing strategies and lessons with Sam Saggers. Property Investor Tales. This is where our clients, you guys, share real life stories from property investing, hosted by some of our advisors and strategists. And that's done every fortnight, dropping every Monday. Wealth, Wine and Wisdom, folks, that debriefs the week that was in the world of finance and property, hosted by yours truly, Jason Witten and Andy Fenton on Fridays. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat. Marvellous Monday. Hope you're well, folks, wherever you are. If you think it's Get Rich Quick, you're in the wrong place. This is the wrong podcast. This is the wrong live for you. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat. Hope you're all awesome and well.
Welcome everybody to another Finance Friday edition of Wealth Coffee Chat. I'd like to always start these sessions with a finance joke. So today's one is, if you think nobody cares whether you're alive, try missing a couple of payments. Kind of a bit, morbid, but it is really relevant. Because if you do miss a couple of payments on your home loans, especially, people will be knocking on your door. Wanted to start today's session with an update. As many of you may know, that the RBA met this week, and they have left rates on hold again. Inflation currently sits at 3.8%. With the RBA wanting the inflation between 2 to 3%. So it's actually a little bit higher. And so the RBA governor has noted that if the economy moves generally as they predict, it is unlikely that we're going to receive a rate cut in the near future. So most people are guessing that rate cuts will be coming early 2025, hopefully. Or at least by mid-2025. So we all have the impression that we're all being given the impression that it will be coming. But at this rate, it may not be actually coming fast enough for a lot of mortgage holders. So if you guys have any questions regarding your existing loans, have a chat to your broker to see if there's anything that they can do to assist you in the next couple of months while we're waiting for the rates to come back down. Just want to say a quick hi to Justin and Jeff. Good morning, guys. In other news, the investor borrowing has actually increased by 35.4%. So this is 35.4% higher than the investor borrowing from June 2023. That means that even though rates have been on hold and they're, I guess, considered high compared to, the low rates of 1% and 2%, rates right now are generally in the range of, I would say, normal within the whole life cycle of property. What that means, what that indicates to me especially, is that if you talk to the right lenders and the right brokers, you are actually in a position to be able to borrow. Now that leads me straight into a couple of scenarios that I wanted to share with everybody that came across my desk as well as my team's desk this week. One of the scenarios actually, so both scenarios include Hecs, and I spoke about Hecs a couple of weeks ago and the impact it actually has on it. And this week, one of my clients came to me and we were looking to purchase his first investment property. And he currently had a $100,000 Hecs debt. The banks, his existing banks wasn't willing to look at the Hecs debt, and they weren't looking at, they weren't enabling us to refinance the Hecs debt either. They were taking the Hecs debt repayment at 10% of his gross income. Now his gross income was $180,000. So $18,000 worth of repayments throughout the year meant that he wasn't in a position to buy an investment property. So what we were able to do is we looked at refinancing his Hecs debt. And by refinancing his Hecs debt, we were able to unlock his existing equity as well as borrowing 80% for his new investment property. So clients went from not being able to even refinance his existing loan to being able to be in a position to purchase an $800,000 investment property. So the reason why I make this point is that understanding existing debt and understanding how to structure it correctly has a huge impact on how we can go about borrowing for our clients. Another scenario, also including Hecs, I had a client's daughter approach me. She had already taken a loan with another broker, and her dad asked me to have a chat with her to see if she could borrow $20,000 to purchase a car. After speaking with her, I realized that she had a $10,000 Hecs debt, and her existing broker said they weren't in a position to be able to refinance her home loan or borrow any additional money. Now, her current home loan at this particular time was the low 7%. And so her current home loan was quite high, and she had no way of refinancing to get a better rate because the existing lender didn't want to negotiate on her interest rate. I don't know the full backstory in regards to the lender, but she went with a small boutique lender. I ran through her numbers, made some suggestions in regards to her Hecs debt. We had two options, whether she had the money to pay it out or whether we could restructure it. And she was happy to look at both scenarios. I worked through some numbers with her and showed her that based on her income and the Hecs debt being paid out, she was actually in a position to refinance, get a better interest rate. So we went from low 7s to low 6s. We actually even had enough money to borrow to pay out the Hecs debt. Now, the Hecs debt that they were deducting from her would have meant that she would have paid off her Hecs in 2 years' time. But that debt remained, that debt impacted her ability to borrow so much that she wasn't in a position to do anything until it was completely paid out. I mean, as you can see, in those two examples, our team sat down and went, like, that's incredible that not understanding how to manage or consolidate your existing debt has a huge impact on what options you have. And I'm not saying that her existing broker was a bad broker, but sometimes there are scenarios where you have to look at things differently. and being able to look at things differently, it enables you to unlock your ability to borrow more, so that, again, whether it's purchasing your first investment property or buying yourself a new car, it has the ability to unlock that for you. So I would encourage everybody who's listening, when you get an opportunity to have a sit down with your brokers and find out what the actual impact of your existing debt is and what structures you currently have in place so that you can pay off your home loan faster. That's a nice short and sharp one this week from me. I want everybody to have a wonderful weekend. Like and subscribe, and I will catch up with you all next week. Morning, Chris. Thanks for joining.
Episode of Wealth Coffee Chat, folks. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss a thing when we go live. Improve your portfolio and investing game, folks, with Wealth Coffee Chats live every morning at 8:10 each weekday. Make sure you join us. Previous episodes are also available wherever you get your podcasts, folks, as well as our other podcasts from the 6 Day